Pass that ketchup, please. How we doing? We're catching up with Chris. Feel like this is the official episode, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with this being episode number 1. Some of y'all may have seen the other episode I posted on Instagram. That's just a little sample, little test run. Just some kinks I'm working out with the Catching Up with Chris podcast. Feel free to like, subscribe. Even donate $1 to improve the vibe. Man, it's so good to be doing something that's not for somebody else, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like in this podcast, I'm going to introduce myself, just kind of give you a little introduction as to who I am before I kind of just give, my thoughts on the world. Because I think in order to give thoughts on the world, you kind of have to know who the person is in order to get where they're coming from. So, with that being said, man, there's just a lot going on in the world right now, and me and who I am as a person, first and foremost, I identify with being human, and on this podcast, man, we not about politics, we not about sex, we not about gender bullshit like that, but we about human. And we about keeping the conversation real at the end of the day. And I'm not perfect, but I am willing to learn and willing to improve who I am as a person. And, man, it's just like this October 28th. It's like 11:59. So, yeah, we about to go on October 28th. A week from the day, we will know who our president is. Such a beautiful time, huh? I know that's right, baby. That's some popcorn gourmet. Man, I got a bomb-ass recipe for popcorn. I don't do no microwave bullshit. I do that Dutch oven, you know that. What? Get your popcorn taro low and shit. Man, that shit's so fire. But, yeah, man. Lost my job a couple months ago due to this COVID shit. And it's cool because that's why I got this podcast, because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put in an application for Chris Rivera's and work for Chris. I am trying to find something else, but ultimately that's not what I want to do in life. That shit pays the bills. Working for a corporation. I went to school. I went to LSU, and that was the greatest. That was some of the greatest three years of my life, because I went to Colorado State my first year. But the other 3 years I went to LSU. And shouts out to Odell. I used to eat, we didn't eat dinner per se, like with each other, but, we were in the same cafeteria every night. And, he was a good dude. I know he just got injured and he's out for the season. So my thoughts do go out to him, man. And I was there when Tyron was there, man. And it's amazing to see even his growth and how, they tried to sign dude off. They thought he was just gonna be some pothead, almost what could have been, and now look at where he is. And so that's what we about on this podcast. We about growth. We about progress. We about failure. We about triumph. And man, I've learned so much in 2020 about who I am through just everything I've analyzed, not just with myself, but through society. And it's really been the year. I went to LSU as a communications major, and I know people done said, like, why the fuck would you go to college and go into debt to be a goddamn communications major? Well, bitch, if you like, comment, and subscribe, bitch, you could help improve the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And you could help prove to my communications majors why this shit ended up working. You feel me? So I ain't Joe Rogan yet. I ain't motherfucking Joe Budden. But goddamn, if you believe in a brother, you never know what could unfold before your eyes. And lately, I've been thinking about flowers a lot, and just the concept of flowers. And flowers are just such a we use them to court people. We use them um, to just decorate, to just symbolize, like, all sorts of things. But the thing about flowers is that flowers take so much to be at that presentation level. Takes soil, takes water, takes sunshine. And so that's kind of like with everything in life, relationships, your job, your hobbies, your friendships, your family. You have to put you have to put your all into it in order to see it grow, in order to see something beautiful happen. And sometimes, we can rush the process or we can forget a step. And without one, uh, you know, it's dead essentially. And so that's really what this podcast is gonna be. It's gonna be something that when y'all turn this in, man, when y'all tune into this shit, y'all just, man, I'm like, y'all in the fucking spaceship right now. You hear me? This is the fucking spaceship. This ain't Cali. This ain't New York. This ain't Brazil. This ain't Tokyo. We in the spaceship, man. You feel me? The colors around here, we in the spaceship. So in the spaceship, it's all outer space vibes. You feel me? Everything is out of this world. So keep that in thought. Keep that in mind, man. Whew. You know. So I'm a broke ass nigga. Don't have a job. But I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in mind. Yeah, you funny. Yeah, that sound about right. But man, that's all you can do. Like Pac and Scarface said, you gotta just smile, man. Through all the bullshit. And I will not be eating popcorn on this podcast, so do not get that impression. This shit just good as a motherfucker, and I had to just get this shit. You hear me? Yes, yes. So, I'm not gonna bore y'all to fucking tears with who I am, but that is just a little brief introduction as to who I am, and I'm gonna explain a little bit more as to who I am, throughout other episodes. So, I ain't gotta put it all in this first episode, but I do kind of want to bring people in as to just a little bit about me. And man, like, so much to talk about. Um, I ain't want to just talk about Sweetie and, like all that shit about you need a Birkin bag to get this poom poom. That's cool. That's what's up. I agree. If that's what your poom poom take, cause pussy is a luxury tax. You heard me? Yeah, that is a luxury tax, and I respect women first and foremost. One thing I'm gonna say to all my female listeners out there on this podcast, I will not slander women. Women are, I learned so much from y'all, and I feel like a lot of reasons, men say that there's crazy women is because of crazy men, and so, you know, all you fellas out there that say I'm simping, get with the pimping, bitch. So, yeah, I just think that it's important that, women are gonna have their fucking set of standards to get with them. Some women want a man with an education. Some women want a man with a doctorate's degree. So if that woman wants a Birkin, bring the fucking Birkin. And maybe she can get the slurping. But, you know, I really like it when a woman can, like, be like, man, he gotta bring the Birkin. But you know what? If he bring a Louis, she cool with that too. And like me, man, I like give a shit. Gavanch give a shit. Yeah, I thought it was give a shit. Man, that brand is so cold. Like the Give a Shit brand, man. That's some luxurious shit right there. That Give a Shit, man, that's some fly ass shit. Um, I I I'm at a loss of words, but see, you got to look at it like this too. Like looking at that, when you look at a female, what are you looking for? And uh, it's like applying to a job. She's NASA, so the credentials to get on NASA, you can't just have a high school education. Now, if you want to go try to be the manager at Home Depot, you know, maybe we can work some things out, with some experience. But you know, when you applying for a job, do you meet the requirements? Do you meet the qualifications? Do you have the experience? That's a lot like having a chick that requires a Birkin. Do you have the experience? Do you have the qualifications to provide? Do you? Next topic. So, my black ass is in debt. Hopefully if Jay-Z see this video, rather than you supporting the podcast, you could just support my Sally Mae bills, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got my degree. I passed my classes, man. I'm trying to be the next media outlet. You feel me? Feel me? Oh. Shouts out to the Jigger man. But yeah, man, that's where we at. So I really feel like some people want material. I want art that appreciates, and my art is like my ideas, my thoughts. This podcast is really, this is the IPO. This is, and I'm not. I'm learning about stocks, so I'm never gonna talk about stocks on this podcast. Um, and if I do, it's only from a standpoint of just what I'm seeing. And if y'all feel free to, comment or give some tips and pointers if you know a little bit of game, because ultimately, man, I'm learning a lot about this world and how a lot of people like to retain information for gain. And on this platform, man, we really gonna just talk. We have this platform for the sole purpose of spreading information. This information is to be spread, peacefully and all throughout the world. So if I'm passionate on a topic, or if I'm, going in about something, do know that I mean well. And I am like, passionate because I want the betterment of people as a whole, you know, my people first, and then just, the rest of people, because, my people being black people, we do suffer and we do go through shit that, like, I can't wait to just dive into just all the stories and experiences to really give y'all just my scope and my lens of how I see America. Because man, like I said, we 7 days we gonna know just who's gonna be running this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? And people, they're good. I hope that I have listeners that are deep into politics. I hope I have listeners that don't give two rats fucks about politics. But like I said, I care about people and I care about humans at the end of the day. And so that's where I'm at with that. And you know, it's just so much pressure being a black man in America, being being just, having so much energy, having so much experience, going to school, doing all that you're told, getting it completed, and then, you get paid, minuscule, salary, just, and you try to like just make shit work. And, everybody honestly just deserves to be free. And the thought of that is not being free. You know, the thought of just having to always pay something. And don't get me wrong, like education is what I got in return. But when you be trying to apply for places and they say, oh, you need this much experience, it's like, well, god damn, like fuck, I was in school, bitch. So um that's why I'm applying for myself. That's what this is. And a lot of times when I talk about myself, I'm also talking about you. So it's that kind of innuendo or, that kind of euphemism, you know what I'm saying? So we are speaking to self. I am speaking to myself, but I'm also speaking to you. Yes, you motherfucker. You can do it. You can do it all night long. That is true. You can do it. So, um, confidence, confidence is everything. We gotta wear it like a stain on our clothes, and more than just confidence, experiences, uh, scars. That is the wisdom. That is what we have to carry. The people, the situations that are put in our life. That's what's to help better us as people. Um, and all that I've gone through, all that we're going through is gonna help make us for better people. And it's just crazy, like and I don't know too much about the little baby situation. It happened in the city that I'm very familiar with, and uh, it's just people have been locked down for like months and quarantine, and yet they get out and they murder people, and so these are things we just have to talk about. Some things we have to be sensitive about when we do talk about, but we have to just dive into these traumatic deep matters in order to better find out the core issue. So I don't know what the hell that was that just fell. Kind of tripping me out. Um, I do have a dog. Shouts out to Gumbo, Corgi, repping. But that's ultimately what this podcast is about: healing, helping, and really just honoring. Because a lot of people have no voice, but that's the beauty of a podcast. You can create your own voice, and so um, I really just see a lot of change in myself for the better, but it's also just like this podcast, it's gonna grow. It's gonna get better with time. So the more I put into it, like the flower, the more it will grow, and so will you. And like stocks, will rise, and the investing into the ideas, the investing in the just people and spreading knowledge. That ultimately is there's no market cap on that. That's limitless. Um, that's more than a Birkin bag. That's jewels that last for forever. And uh, I really I know someday I'll be able to buy as many Birkins as I want, but I don't never want to forget just that happy kid from the West Bank who just loved riding his bike to get snowballs and listening to jazz music and being happy, eating crawfish with friends and family. And um, a lot of times in life we we see something and we have to dream. There's a reason why we see things that we like and we want to obtain them. But sometimes we have to lose things in order to obtain them. And is are those things that we lose worth losing? And so that's just kind of where we at with it right now. We're really growing. I'm super excited. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop you. We're gonna talk about so many different things, and rather than dive all in it today, I just want to thank you for your time. Feel free to like, comment, dislike, even if you don't like my fucking voice or you don't like this fucking setup I got. Say how much of a bitch I am. Say how fucking dorky I look, or like say I look stupid. Say something, or say you want to fuck me. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm trying to get this ball rolling, motherfucker. So, we will stay active. We will keep it concise, clear, and as it grows, it will get better. Like I keep saying, it will get better. And artist London Skywalker, track produced by C.L. Rouge. This track is called North Robinson. Just some very good funeral music as you driving through the city that knows pain and knows no games. So with the storytelling of a poet, man, I gotta put y'all onto some of that good shit. And man, the music that I'm gonna put the world on through this table, I'm telling you, it's nothing but organic shit. So without further ado, like I said, this that Skywalker.
I spit that shit, that's hot and sick. I hop out whips, done get back in, and then I dip. Back on my grind, gotta get them chips. Blank on my mind, gotta twist this thing. That's that pun. Hit this drink, that's that wine. Now I'm through, from yes I am, and I be blue. Blown like the wind, air wiping them. Fresh Nikes of men, you wifing them. Fresh dikes of men, I'm piping them. You liking them, so trifling, you Skyping them. Get robbed for your new chain, and I got one, that's 2 chains. And I drop bombs like Hussein. I kill niggas, don't get slain. I spit coke, that Rick James. Same crew, don't